Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome to episode 8 of my Agrarian Skies Let's Play series. And today, I have a few things on my agenda. I'm going to be getting to work on the smelteries, as well as getting a squid ranch going. And for the squid ranch, it's just going to be temporary, nothing fancy. I'm probably going to be doing it down there just to run it for a little bit, get a whole bunch of ink sacs, and then be done with it. I can always make another squid egg later. And why aren't you growing? Anyway, I have been processing the grout that I made out of the different materials I went through in the last episode, and have now set up the autonomous activators to grow dirt for all intents and purposes. And the way this works is if I do this, there we go, it will fill this barrel full of the different objects that I put in there, and eventually it will turn into dirt, get slurped up in there, and it will just keep on doing this until it runs out of stuff. It's a great way to just grow dirt without having to stay on top of it. And speaking of dirt, I went ahead and harvested the Dirt Chest 9000 and even filled it in to make it look pretty there. There it is. One stack of dirt. That's all it holds. Dirt Chest 9000. Weird. Anyway, my plan is for the smelteries, I'm going to probably right around here have 4 different smelteries, maybe 3, set up right next to each other, and they're going to be processing all of the gravel, hold on, what's this stuff called? Oh, wrong one. The broken ore, the crushed ore, and the pulverized ore. Is that right? No, ground nutmeg. Ground nutmeg. Ooh. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have a line of pulverizers set up, one dedicated to just making gravel, one to making sand, and then one for making dust. And then I'm going to be sieving all of the different outputs from those and making the outputs of those be put into the 3 different smelteries, and have just those 3 manage all 9 of the smeltable ores. But there is one other thing that I wanted to mess around with today, right quick, because I was just reminded of it, and it may have to wait until I can get some more smooth stone. So I'll let these cook and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the regular sieve that's been sitting over there most of the time. And if you put stone in it and run, it has to be smooth stone, and run the smooth stone through, you can stand a chance, apparently, of getting oreberry bushes and maybe some other stuff. So I'm going to just run through this quarter stack of smooth stone. I haven't received anything yet. Oh, there we go. Essence berry bush. Okay. Copper. That's nice. So what this means is I'm probably going to have a dark farm where I can set up a bunch of these oreberry bushes to grow. That is really cool. I learned something new today. Alright. No, you don't go there. You go there. And you guys can go in here. Matter of fact, oh, you have to be placed on something, don't you? Oh, look, a dirt. Nope. No, I did it again. There. And it is just high enough I won't bump into it. Excellent. So that'll grow and I'll be able to get experience off of it. Eventually that will get an autonomous activator as well as the other ones that I get from that. But that's a nice little side project I need to work on. Anyway, I'm going to go lay out the area where the smelteries are going to be as the last 2 stacks of grout cook. And I'm going to need, let's see here, 9 of these, 3 of each of the controllers and the lava tank. I'm going to need, let's see here, some fluiduct, a bunch more fluiduct. I'm going to need pneumatic servos. I'm going to need a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go assemble my things here and I'll be right back. Alright, a real quick update on the progress I've made down here. I have all 3 of the actual smelteries themselves built. And I have the area set up here for where all the input is going to go. And then along this side here and along that side there of that smeltery is going to be where the smelted ore gets output into 3 different or these casting basins. Now, the way I'm going to be fueling this is I've got a crucible here, and I'm going to, just in case it takes both at once, add a pneumatic servo here and here, and set these to output. Alright. Then, I'm going to light that on fire. Then I need an aqueous accumulator, or an igneous extruder there. And I'm going to also have this set to output through the top. So I can have some additional cobblestone generation, but add some lava. Oh, did I? Don't fall into those when they're on, that's for sure. Now let's get some water. You'll do. Up here. And that should start working. And putting lava in all 3 of these things. We've got 60 some odd. That's empty. That's empty. It'll probably fill 1 first and then go on to the rest. So I'm going to let this do its thing and then see how it turns out, see if I need to make any adjustments here. Now, why am I not getting... thing over here. Are these too close? These might be too close. I might have to move them farther apart. I'll find out here in a bit. Be right back. Okay, so I don't know if it was because they were right next to each other or if it was because I had the controllers facing funny angles or what, but wherever the problem was, it works now. All three of them count as smelteries. All three controllers there. So basically, I just had to scoot that one off to the left and this one back one, and everything works now. So the next thing I need to do is get the inputs in order so I can start working on the actual smelting. And then I guess I have to deal with the outputs. I need a sample of each of the fluids. I wonder if I can do that with the buckets. I've never messed with that before. I'll figure it out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to make a slight modification to the smelteries because I just remembered something. These fluid ducts, when they have the pneumatic servos, these guys here, installed on them, if you have something, say, whitelisted to a specific item, it affects all sides of the fluid duct. So when I had the smeltery drain back behind this one, it would only allow the one type of fluid to come out and go to these. So what I have here is this one is not servoed, and I have it powered by a lever there, and then it will come over and dump into these. So I had to change that for all three of them. But other than that, this should work. Now, I'm really quickly going to demonstrate exactly what it is that I'm doing here. If I come back here, first I need to grab a bucket and then wrench that and grab the portable tank. And then I have molten nickel this time, and I'm going to, well, first off, let's put that somewhere. With an empty hand, right-click this since it has a pneumatic servo on it. It makes it a fluid filter. Take the bucket of molten nickel and click in there, and then the whitelist will say only accept molten nickel. And then I can put that in here, offload that stuff, and then this will fill in with a block of nickel. And I'm not really concerned about losing a little bit of fluid in there, but that's the process that I'm doing for all 9 of these. And it's important to make sure that none of the different flavors of metal will make some sort of unexpected alloy. So I've very specifically laid out the different types. So same process here, grab the bucket, do the thing, move this, go back down, and then I will be finishing this off and laying out the wall of barrels so I can output from the different casting basins. So I'll be right back. Okay, the way this should work is I have the place where the input is going to be, where everything comes into the system, and that'll be right here. And then it's going to dump the specific items that are used in each of the smelteries into these chests, which will then dump the contents into the controller. So these will be whitelisted with the 9 types of items that can go in the chest, or specifically in the smeltery. The pulverized, the whatever the other two were, I already forgot. The gravel, the sand, and the dust versions of the ores. And then anything else that comes out of my system over that I will be putting over here will go down this way last. Then once it gets past these, which are in mode dense, meaning this is the longest distance from there to wherever. Once it gets to this side, it is vacuum, so everything on this side will want to go in there and not try to get forced into any of the peripheral areas. And I'm going to even make that simpler by doing that, and that. So ideally, what should happen is once these start putting out items, eventually, these may have to be powered. I might make them into servos, who knows. Let's go get a lever. Lever up here? Yep. Is that going to pull that item out? That's not working. Hold on, let me see why this isn't working. Alright, now for the moment of truth. I have them all set up the way that I understand they're supposed to be. I have all of the outputs powered. I think the problem I was having earlier was since I put the item in manually, it wasn't sucking it out. But if it comes in by way of changing over to a block from the liquid, then it sucks it out. So I think that's the problem. But in this chest will go things related to platinum, copper, and silver. In this chest will go things related to iron, tin, and aluminum. Iron, tin, aluminum. Yes, good. And then lead, gold, and nickel or ferrous. And then those should start populating everything. And all I have to do is wait around and see if I get some, 9 different blocks in here. So I'm going to cut here. I'll be right back. You have no idea how happy I am that that all worked correctly. So, the quick rundown of the 3 that I'm using in each one of these is platinum, copper, and silver in one, iron, tin, aluminum in another, and in the third, nickel or ferrous, gold, and lead. Now, there are several other metals that you can make, and they are alloys. I'm not as concerned with them. If I need to make some of the alloys, I can piecemeal that upstairs. I'm still going to keep that one going, but this part works. Now what I have to do is populate this with the different types of ground ore, which means I'm going to probably need to run the gravel at least. Everything except the lead I have enough of to reduce down to the different components, but that means I'm going to have to get some gravel going, so I'll be right back. Alright, now here comes the real test. I have whitelisted all these to have the broken, crushed, and pulverized versions, and even the ingots, and it is use ore dictionary, so if I put in Tinker's Construct ingot, and it is not a Tinker's Construct template here, it will still accept the Tinker's Construct ingot. And I'm probably also going to be putting maybe blocks and possibly something else into these. Perhaps even going so far as to adding an additional side. Either way, I have room on 3 more sides to work with this. Well, maybe not with these. I don't know how it treats the middle. No, I wouldn't be able to do it there. At least 2 sides on each remaining chest. So, I have this stuff in here. There are ingots, the crushed ore, and the broken ore, and I am going to turn this puppy on. And I need a lever. Because this isn't going to be the actual final thing. Do I have a lever in here? No. Nope, I have to make one. 1 stick left. Alright. For reference, here are the contents, and I will actually go ahead and move this stuff down. Better yet, I'll just take it out. That way, whatever comes in will for sure be the new stuff. So let's do this. Let that do its thing, and I'll be right back. Alright, so other than a minor scare where somehow some aluminum ended up in this chest, even though this is whitelisted, silver, copper, platinum, and this is whitelisted, shiny copper and silver, unless somehow one of those items triggered aluminum ingots or whatever to end up in here. I think I just had some phantom aluminum happen, but because this is also the one that has copper, it means I had to figure out how to extract the aluminum brass that was floating around in the pipe, which turned out to be like almost nothing at all. It wasn't even a nugget's worth. So I don't know what exactly was going on. But I got that figured out, and they all output correctly. So what I'm going to do, one last quick test, I'm going to turn all these into ingots and see how much I get back. See if there's any more hiccups or bugs that I have to deal with. And then I'm going to call this part of the project a success. So I'm going to run these. I'll be right back. Okay. Everything over here, all the smelteries are empty. There's nothing in the pipes. Even though on the right side of the screen it has that phantom molten aluminum brass, which isn't actually there. You can see up above it says empty. I don't know what the issue is with that. But that's probably where the aluminum came from in the first place. I thought aluminum had gotten into there, but no, there's aluminum brass in both of these things, and I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, moment of truth. I should have 12 iron, That's iron there. 19 gold. 21 copper. 21 tin. 18 aluminum. 17 silver. 20 lead. 14 ferrous. And 6 shiny. Exactly. Yes! It works! Okay, so now I can just assume that this part is going to work properly. Now I have to set up the output and the input. Now what I'm going to do down here, this is producing cobblestone. We know this. And then the cobblestone is being output into the crucible to make lava to fuel these tanks here. So, there's some now. Other than doing that there, it sits idle for the most part. So what I'm going to do is also have it output additional cobblestone to several more of these crucibles so I can power the magmatic engines which I made before. And those are going to power the pulverizers and some other stuff that I plan on doing. Let's see here. This puts out, was it 80? Doesn't say there. I believe it puts out 80, so the pulverizer needs 40. So for what I'm going to need, there will be 3 magmatic dynamos to power just the pulverizers alone. And then that leaves me 1 to get started on another project like, say, the Rancher. Which I need to get that sorted out. So, hold on. Let me see how much time there is left in this episode. I might not get to the Squid Ranch. Let's hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so looks like I'm going to have to wrap things up here real quick. But before I do, I wanted to at least get one quest out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and finish building these items. I need a harvester, a planter, and a sludge boiler. I've already made the Invar sickle, and that's just a regular sickle, you know, stick, ingot. So nothing big there. But I'm going to go ahead and craft those 3 things and turn in this quest and then wrap things up. So I'll be right back after I assemble all the parts that I need. Alright, so apparently upgrading the chest that I had here to an iron chest means that this won't interact with it anymore. So I'm going to have to replace this with a regular chest, I guess, but that's alright. So what I need to do is, actually I can go ahead and do that. Put these there, those there, because those are all the same anyway. And then it's just this stuff that's different. So we've got a planter, a sludge boiler, and then finally a harvester. So let's turn this in. Tomato, bean, seeds. I think I already have bean anyway. Radish, maybe not. But I can get it from just spamming grass with bone meal. So I'm going to go with ender lily seeds because, well, I need more ender pearls anyway. Which I can add an ender lily farm to my episode next time. So I will go ahead and read this later. Except that, oh, sludge. Oh, I need to make a bucket of sludge. Oh. Okay, so I can't turn this in yet. Oh well. On my to-do list for next time then. Okay, so these can go in here. Along with that. And it is now time for me to wrap things up. So, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. If you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to give a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. And I am planning on, in the future, adding even more series and expanding what I'm doing on this one a bit anyway, so there's plenty more to come. But I definitely need to wrap things up, so thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.